Session 26 Origins and Related Words. 1. A Spartan virtue in ancient Sparta, originally known as Laconia, the citizens were long-suffering, hard-bitten, stoical, and military-minded, and were even more noted for their economy of speech than Vermonters, if that is possible. Legend has it that when Philip of Macedonia was storming the gates of Sparta, or Laconia, he sent a message to the besieged king saying, "If we capture your city we will burn it to the ground." A one-word answer came back, "if." It was now probably Philip's turn to be speechless, though history does not record his reaction. It is from the name Laconia that we derive our word laconic, pithy, concise, economical in the use of words almost to the point of curtness, precisely the opposite of verbose. Like the man who was waiting at a lunch counter for a ham sandwich. When it was ready, the clerk inquired politely, "Will you eat it here, or take it with you?" "Both," was the laconic reply. Or like the woman who was watching a lush imbibing dry martinis at a 3rd Avenue bar in New York City. The drunk downed the contents of each cocktail glass at one gulp, daintily nibbled and swallowed the bowl, then finally turned the glass over and ate the base. The stem he threw into a corner. This amazing gustatory feat went on for half an hour, until a dozen stems were lying shattered in the corner, and the drunk had chewed and swallowed enough bowls and bases to start a glass factory. He suddenly turned to the lady and asked belligerently, "I suppose you think I'm cuckoo, don't you?" "Sure, the stem is the best part," was the laconic answer. It was doubtless the same gentleman, in his accustomed state of intoxication, who found himself painfully weaving his way along Wilshire Boulevard in Beverly Hills, California. He had somehow gotten on a TWA jetliner instead of the subway, when he realized, almost too late, that he was going to bump into a smartly dressed young woman who had just stepped out of her Mercedes-Benz to go window shopping along the avenue. He quickly veered left, but by some unexplainable magnetic attraction the woman veered in the same direction, again making collision apparently inevitable. With an adroit maneuver, the drunk swung to the right, the lady, by now thoroughly disoriented, did the same. Finally, both jammed on the brakes and came to a dead stop, face to face, and not 6 inches apart, and as the alcoholic fumes assailed the young lady's nostrils, she sneered at the reeking, swaying man, as much in frustration as in contempt. "Oh, how gauche." "Fine," was his happy response. "How gauche with you." This answer, however, is not laconic, merely confused. We have learned that ness, ity, and ism are suffixes that transform adjectives into nouns, and all three can be used with laconic, with characteristic laconicness, her usual laconicity, his habitual laconism, with, for him, unusual laconicism. A laconism is also the expression itself that is pithy and concise, as the famous report from a naval commander in World War II, saw sub, sank same. 2. Brilliant. Cogent is a term of admiration. A cogent argument is well put, convincing, hardly short of brilliant. Cogency shows a keen mind, an ability to think clearly and logically. The word derives from the Latin verb cogo, to drive together, compel, force. A cogent argument compels acceptance because of its logic, its persuasiveness, its appeal to one's sense of reason. 3. Back to talk. You will recall that Locker, to speak, is the source of loquacity, soliloquy, ventriloquism, colloquialism, circumlocution. This root is also the base on which eloquent, magniloquent, and grandiloquent are built. The eloquent person speaks out, from out, is vividly expressive, fluent, forceful, or persuasive in language, the prosecutor's eloquent plea to the jury. The word is partially synonymous with cogent, but cogent implies irresistible logical reasoning and intellectual keenness, while eloquent suggests artistic expression, strong emotional appeal, the skillful use of language to move and arouse a listener. Magniloquent, magnus, large, and grandiloquent, grandis, grand, are virtually identical in meaning. Magniloquence or grandiloquence is the use of high-flown, grandiose, even pompous language, of large and impressive words, of lofty, flowery, or over-elegant phraseology. Home is a place of residence, wife is helpmate, helpmeet, or better half, women are the fair sex, children are offspring or progeny, a doctor is a member of the medical fraternity, people are the species Homo sapiens, etc., etc. Loquacious, verbose, voluble, and garrulous people are all talkative, but each type, you will recall, has a special quality. If you are loquacious, you talk a lot because you like to talk and doubtless have a lot to say. If you are verbose, you smother your ideas with excess words, with such an overabundance of words that your listener either drops into a state of helpless confusion or falls asleep. If you are voluble, you speak rapidly, fluently, glibly, without hesitation, stutter, or stammer, you are vocal, verbal, and highly articulate. If you are garrulous, you talk constantly, and usually aimlessly and meaninglessly, about trifles. We often hear the word used in a garrulous old man or a garrulous old woman, since in very advanced age the mind may wander and lose the ability to discriminate between the important and the unimportant, between the interesting and the dull. Verbose is from Latin verbum, word, the verbose person is wordy. Voluble comes from Latin volvo, volutus, to roll, words effortlessly roll off the voluble speaker's tongue. And garrulous derives from Latin garrullo, to chatter, a garrulous talker chatters away like a monkey. The suffix -ness can be added to all these adjectives to form nouns. Alternate noun forms end in ity, verbosity, volubility, garrulity. 4. At large, we discovered magnus, large, big, great, in Chapter 9, in discussing magnavox, etymologically, big voice, and find it again in magniloquent, etymologically, talking big. The root occurs in a number of other words. 1. Magnanimous, big-hearted, generous, forgiving, etymologically, great-minded. Magnus plus animus, mind. We'll discuss this word in depth in Chapter 12. 2. Magnate, a person of great power or influence, a big wheel, as a business magnate. 3. Magnify, to make larger, or make seem larger, magnus plus fy from facio, to make, as in magnify your problems. 4. Magnificent, magnus plus fic dash, from facio. 5. Magnitude, magnus plus the common noun suffix tude, as in fortitude, multitude, gratitude, etc. 6. Magnum, as of champagne or wine, a large bottle, generally 2/5 of a gallon. 7. Magnum opus, etymologically, a big work, actually, the greatest work or masterpiece of an artist, writer, or composer. Opus is the Latin word for work. The plural of opus is used in the English word opera, etymologically, a number of works, actually a musical drama containing overture, singing, and other forms of music, i.e., many musical works. The verb form opero, to work, occurs in operate, cooperate, operator, etc. 5. Words, words, words. Latin verbum is word. A verb is the important word in a sentence. Verbatim is word for word, a verbatim report. Verbal, ending in the adjective suffix -al, may refer either to a verb, or to words in general, a verbal fight, or it may mean, loosely, oral or spoken, rather than written, verbal agreement or contract, or, describing people, she is quite verbal, it may refer to a ready ability to put feelings or thoughts into words. Working from verbal, can you add a common verb suffix to form a word meaning to put into words? Verbiage has two meanings: an excess of words, such verbiage, or a style or manner of using words, medical verbiage, military verbiage. 6. Roll on, and on. Volvo, volutus, to roll, the source of voluble, is the root on which many important English words are based. Revolve, roll again, and again, or keep turning round. Wheels revolve, the earth revolves around the sun, the cylinder of a revolver revolves, the prefix is re dash, back or again. The noun is revolution, which can be one such complete rolling, or, by logical extension, a radical change of any sort. TV was responsible for a revolution in the entertainment industry, especially political, the American, or French, Revolution. The adjective revolutionary introduces us to a new adjective suffix, airy, as in contrary, disciplinary, stationary, imaginary, etc., but airy is sometimes also a noun suffix, as in dictionary, commentary, etc. Add different prefixes to Volvo to construct two more English words. 1. involve, etymologically, roll in, I didn't want to get involved. Noun, involvement. 2. Evolve, etymologically, roll out, out, hence to unfold, or gradually develop. The final plan evolved from some informal discussions. The political party evolved from a group of interested citizens who met frequently to protest government actions. By analogy with the forms derived from revolve, can you construct the noun and adjective of evolve? Noun. Adjective. Review of etymology: prefix, root, suffix meaning 1. Laconia, Sparta, 2. Ness, noun, suffix 3. Ism, noun, suffix 4. Ity, noun, suffix 5. X, out 6. And adjective, suffix 7. Ins, noun, suffix 8. Magnus, big 9. Grandis, grand 10. Verbum, word 11. Volvo, volutus, to roll 12. Gario, to chatter 13. Animus, mind 14. Fy, to make 15. Tude, noun, suffix 16. Opus, work 17. Opero, to work 18. Al, adjective, suffix 19. Is, verb, suffix 20. Re, again, back 21. Airy, adjective, suffix 22. In.